Hi guys, so let's get started. So first up, I'm going to start by priming my lid using my concealer. Today I'm going to use Warm Honey from LA Pro. I'm choosing this color because it's pretty light, so I want to go for something really light so I can start off with a clean canvas, Just going to apply this on my eyelids. Then I'm going to take this small blending brush and I am just going to dab this all over my lid. I'm also going to bring this out past my brow. Then to set it in place, I'm going to take my LA Pro powder in the shade Banana Yellow. This is actually my favorite setting powder. I'm going to be using this brush from Eco Tools and I'm going to push my powder in. Alright guys, so I already did this one eye over here because I wasn't quite sure what I was doing, so I just wanted to do this one eye first, but when I am doing the actual tutorial I know exactly what I'm doing. So first up, I am going to take my NYX Perfect Filter Rustic Antique palette and I'm going to take this fluffy blending brush. This is an eye brush from Morphe, and on this palette I'm going to start with this shade over here, this orange shade. I'm going to dip into that just off the axis. Then I'm going to apply this shade on my crease. So I'm first going to start out on the outer corner in circular motion. And then I'm going to do... I actually want to hit my bone right over there. Just before the dip, I want to hit my bone right over there. And then I want to bring it towards my inner corner. So first I'm going to go in back and forth, then I am going to do circular motion. I'm just going to keep on going back into my palette until I get the desired intensity. I want it to be pretty orange. Up next, I'm going to take my Morphe 24G Glam palette. Now you guys, my niece completely trashed my palette, so it's looking like a hot mess right now. So that's how it looks. I'm going to go in with that shade over there. This is a matte red shade. And now for applying that shade, I'm going to take my Morphe brush over here. This is also a blending brush, but unlike the first one I was using, this one is more tapered. So I'm just going to dip into that shade. So first up, I'm going to go on the outer corner and stamp that shade in. Then I'm going to take my brush and push it in my crease, and then I'm going to go back and forth like that. This I'm doing because I want the orange shade to still be visible. So when I do this, the color is going to be focused exactly on my crease. And then the orange shade is going to appear on my upper crease. Then I'm going to take my blending brush, which I used the first time, and I'm going to go back into that orange shade, and then I am going to go on top of that red shade and make sure to blend it nicely with the orange. Then I'm going to take my second blending brush and dip into that red matte shade. This is actually a very deep type of red. Then I'm going to take my wipe. Since I want to do a cut crease and I have all this shadow where I want to do the crease, I'm just going to wipe off a tiny bit of it. But I won't go exactly as high up as I'll go with the crease because I'm afraid of making a mistake. So I'm just going to do the lower part of it. Then I'm going to take my Cool Tan Concealer from LA Pro Girl. And then I am going to be taking the tiniest brush I can possibly find. This is my Morphe brush, and I'm not quite sure what this brush is for. I'm assuming it might be a lip brush, but I'm just going to take this and dip it into my Cool Tan Concealer. Taking the tiniest brush you can find will allow you to have more control when you're doing the cut crease. So now I have to be very careful because I already did the one side, so I have to make sure whatever I do on this side matches the side of my eye. Alright guys, so now that I have carved out my crease, I'm going to go back into my NYX palette and I am going to take this white shade over here, this first one. And I'm going to take this flat shader brush from Eco Tools and I'm going to use this white shade to set my concealer. And when I'm doing this, I'm just going to dab this white shade in place. Just going to go like that. I'm going to start at the bottom and then I'm going to make my way up to the crease. And after that, I'm going to take my blending brush 311 from Color. This brush is clean. I'm just going to use this to dust off that white residue from the shadow. For my crease shade, I'm going to go back into my Morphe palette and this time I'm going to take my shadow is literally falling apart, you guys. I want to take this rustic shade over here. This is a fall shadow. I want to first go in with my finger. Then I'm going to take this flat shader brush. This one is from Morphe. I'm going to go into that shade. Then I'm going to take the Body Shop Mandarin Energizing Face Mist. And I'm going to spritz this on that shadow whilst it's on the brush. And I am going to apply this on top of the crease. And this is going to help make the shadow more vibrant. Alright guys, so initially the plan was for me to use this liner from NYX. This is a glide on, slide on, stay on, definitely a 10 on waterproof liner from NYX in the shade Platinum. But I think I've had this for so long that it doesn't really twist up. I try using a sharpener to shave off the side and it did work, but the liner I think sort of like dried up. Even though, funny enough, it's applying at the back of my hand, but when I'm trying to use it on my lid, it doesn't apply as smoothly. So I had tried to use an angled brush, but I feel like the angled brush was just too thick. It didn't really go on and give me that slim line I was looking for. But since I had already tried on this side, I feel like when I look in the mirror, I can sort of see the shadow, or the shadow of the liner. I mean, it's not, if you don't know, then you wouldn't see it. But since I know that I applied it, I think I can sort of see it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do the same thing on this side as well, so that it matches perfectly. I mean, it's stupid because you can't really see it so well, but I'm going to do it either way. So I'm just going to take this brush from Morphe. It's a very, very tiny brush, and I'm just gonna sweep it on this liner, and then I'm gonna apply it on the crease, but just enough so that it can make a difference, but not for it to be visible. So next up guys, I'm going to take my Essence the Dip eyeliner. This is a liquid liner, and I am going to do a wing. Wish you luck guys. Alright guys, so just a few tricks if you mess up your liquid liner. You can always take your earbud and you just wipe where you kind of messed up, like that, and then you just make sure you go in with shadow where you just wiped. So another trick you guys, if you also messed up your liner in terms of the angle, maybe it's lying too flat, what you can always do is you take a wipe, preferably a clean one, but I'm going to use this one, wrap it around your finger. This works best if you have long nails. If you don't have long nails, you can use anything that has a straight edge and that is small, like maybe you can use your glue, and you can just use this wipe to clean off your liner like that. So I am just gonna clean off my liner just a tiny bit because it was lying a bit too flat for me and for the look that I'm going for, because I'm trying to match my other side. One last thing before I move on to my base. Since my eyeliner is sort of underperforming, it's not as dark as I want it to be, I'm just going to take my Essence Long Lasting eyeliner and I'm just going to run over the liquid liner so that I can make it nice and dark. So now for mascara, I'm going to go in with my Revlon Ultimate All-in-One Mascara. And I'm just going to apply it to my upper lashes. Okay guys, so I did my base off camera because I feel like the past few videos you guys have been seeing me doing my base, and it's basically the same product. So now I am gonna bronze just a little bit. I'm gonna be using my Fit Me Poreless Matte Powder. And I'm also gonna take it around my jaw line. And then for highlight, I think I'm gonna go back to my Morphe palette, and I am gonna use this top shade over there, that one over there. I'm gonna use that shade as my highlight today. I'm gonna take my blush brush from Eco Tools, and I'm just gonna swirl it into that shade. Ooh, beaming baby. And then I'm gonna take that same brush I was using, and I am gonna dip it into the shadow I was using for my crease, well, for my cut crease, that one over there. But I'm just gonna take the tiniest bit of that on the brush because I want to apply that on my cheeks as well, sort of like blush. Then I'm gonna apply on my forehead as well. Then going in with my finger, I'm gonna go into that first highlight shade from the Morphe, and I'm gonna use that as a nose highlight, and I'm gonna use it on the bridge as well. Then I'm gonna take my small shadow brush, and I am gonna dip into those two highlight shades I used on my face, and I'm gonna use them as brow highlight. So for my lips, I'm going to take this LA Girl lip liner in the shade Chocolate. And then I'm going to go in with my Avon Mark Liquid Lip Lacquer in the shade Dare to Be Bare. And then I'm going to go in with my Essence lip gloss and top up the lip. To finish up the look, I'm going to take my Maybelline New York Lasting Fix Spray, and I'm going to spray this all over my face, covering my eyes. You guys, I almost forgot to do my lower lash line. So first up, I'm going to go back into my NYX palette, into the orange shade. I'm going to take the same big fluffy brush I was using. Then I'm going to take this pencil brush, and I'm going to go into that red shade from my 24G Glam palette, and I am going to run that as close as possible to my lower lashes. Then I'm going to go in with mascara on my lower lashes. Alright guys, so that is it for today's makeup look. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel and you have not subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to comment, like, and share this video, you guys. Thank you so much here again for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.